In the small town of Guillermo, Spain, it was All Saints' Eve. It's one of those terrifying days when the paths of the dead and the living are said to cross. On this night, according to legend, the dead rise from their graves and roam the streets, while the living remain in their homes, guarding their lairs. Instead of staying home, a bold young man named José Manuel wandered the town. He wasn't afraid of ghosts and mocked the old legends, declaring them all a hoax, and that it was foolish for a man to fear something he'd never seen. José and his friend Esteban were rivals, trying to win the affections of a girl in their village. On All Saints' Eve, Manuel made a bet with his friend. They agreed that if José was brave enough to stay out all night, and stay out, Esteban would give up his fight for the girl. José was determined to win the bet, for his courage and recklessness knew no bounds. Around 4 a.m., the young man was walking through the town's main square when he noticed a man lurking in the shadows. The stranger was pale and thin, dressed in a long black cloak. The collar of the cloak was pulled up high, concealing his face. As José Manuel passed the stranger, he called out to him in a very polite tone and asked if he knew how to get to La Serna. The night was quiet, and José was bored. He told the man that the town he was looking for was not far from Guillermo, and offered to show him the way. The stranger happily agreed, and they set off together. They crossed the empty streets of the town, walked along deserted alleys, until they finally found themselves on a deserted stone road that led to La Serna. During this entire time, the stranger remained silent, and José Manuel felt a little uneasy. He didn't dare break the eerie silence that hung over them. The man radiated a strange, unearthly energy. As they passed the area known as Alto de la Horza, José stole a glance at his companion and was shocked by what he saw. For a moment, he thought his eyes were deceiving him. He thought he saw a faint blue glow emanating from the fingers under the stranger's cloak. It's impossible, he thought. It must be some strange optical illusion caused by the moonlight. Or perhaps fatigue is affecting my eyes, and I'm seeing strange things. Despite his anxiety, he focused again on the dark road. They continued walking in silence. However, José couldn't help but glance at his companion again. When he did, he realized with horror that the blue glow had now spread to the man's arms and legs. Instead of fading, the glowing effect intensified, and there was no rational explanation for it. For the first time in his life, José felt genuine fear. He began frantically plotting a way to escape. He suddenly stopped and told the stranger he needed to go to the bathroom because he couldn't hold it anymore. "Wait here," José said, trying to hide his horror. "I'll be back in a minute." "Okay," the stranger replied in a commanding voice. "I'll let you go, but hurry. You better get everything done before you hear 3 pops. I don't like waiting. Pop, pop, pop. And that's it." José ran into the bushes growing on the side of the road. There he heard the first pop. Hidden in the darkness, he waited until the stranger turned away and then ran. He ran down the road as fast as he could, not daring to look back. In the distance, he heard a second bang. When he reached his village, he heard a third bang. Turning around, Jose saw the stranger already approaching him. His legs weren't moving. He was simply gliding through the air at incredible speed. Glowing blue arms were outstretched to grab him. Jose was so terrified that he screamed and ran even faster. When he reached his house, he ran inside and slammed the door behind him. A few seconds later, he heard a loud bang as the ominous creature hit the door. Exhausted and terrified, Jose Manuel fell to the floor and listened to the creature pounding and clawing at the doors. Then he heard a hoarse voice say, "This time your legs saved you. Otherwise, I would have sucked all the blood out of you." Finally, there was silence. Lying on the floor, Jose fell into a heavy sleep. The next morning, when the sun rose, the boy awoke to the sound of children's laughter and thought, could everything that happened to him yesterday have been just a nightmare? When he went outside, he saw 2 blue, hand-shaped dents imprinted on his door. Jose Manuel never left his house again. He became a recluse, living in fear that the creature with blue hands would return to drink his blood. He spent the rest of his days trapped in his own home. Everyone thought he had gone mad, and no one believed his story.